Good morning, students. Welcome to civics class again. Dear students, we are learning about the parliament and its powers. No? We have learned about the two houses of the Indian Parliament, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. The term of these houses and the presiding officers of these two houses we have learned, and their election we have learned. Then we have learned about the powers of the parliament, no? Lok Sabha, the legislative powers of the parliament, financial powers. Okay, then we have learned about judicial powers of the parliament regarding the impeachment of the president, vice president. And then we have learned about how the parliament can control the executive. And now some powers are remaining and some topic. Okay, we will learn other powers. The parliament may alter, change the name or boundary of the state if needed. Regarding the boundaries of a state. Okay, name of a state. The parliament can change this. It can also form a new state by merging the territories of existing states or by separating a part of territory from a state. Parliament can create a new state. No, for example, Jharkhand, Uttarakhand, Chhattisgarh. We know the new states in our country. So now Telangana is there. Telangana, another one. So Parliament through an amendment of a law can create a new state. If it wanted, it can change the name of an existing state. And now it makes laws regarding the composition, jurisdiction and the powers of the Supreme Court. Supreme Court is the highest court in our country. Okay, the seat of our Supreme Court is at Delhi. And at present, Supreme Court has one Chief Justice and 30 judges, composite of the Supreme Court. And the powers of the Supreme Court we will learn in this year. No, last lesson is the Supreme Court of India. Parliament can increase the number of judges in the Supreme Court. Okay, if it wants. Then Parliament may establish a common high court for two or more states. What do you mean by common high court? A high court for 2 or 3 states. That is called common high court. Okay, for example, Kerala High Court. For Kerala and Lakshadweep. Calcutta High Court. Okay, West Bengal, Andaman Nicobar. An example, a common high court. Okay. Please remember these 3 points. Regarding the creation of new states. Okay, now we will learn some of the special powers of the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha. Exclusive powers of the Rajya Sabha, some special powers. The Rajya Sabha has some exclusive powers, though the Parliament cannot. The normal times makes laws on a state subject. The Constitution states that under Article 249, the Rajya Sabha may, by resolution adopted by 2/3 majority, empower the Parliament should make laws with respect to a matter in the state list. The Lok Sabha has no authority to assert itself in such matters. So it is one of the important special power of the Rajya Sabha. We have already learned about 3 lists of subjects. No? Union list, state list, concurrent, and then we have learned about resolutory powers also we have learned. Please remember this one, union list. Okay, and we have learned so regarding the legislation of the subjects of this list we have learned. Okay. Though the Parliament cannot in normal times make laws on a state list, it is not possible according to our Constitution. It is the exclusive power of the state legislature. The state legislative assembly can make laws regarding the subjects mentioned in the state list, but in some occasion, if the Rajya Sabha, according to Article 249 of the Constitution, Article 249 in the Constitution, according to this article, if the Rajya Sabha pass a resolution adopted by two-thirds majority, the Rajya Sabha pass resolution by two-thirds of its majority, then empower the parliament should make laws with respect to another in the state list. So what is the importance of Article 249 in the Constitution? So this is a special power. I mean, this article gives a special power to the Rajya Sabha. According to this article, the Rajya Sabha has the power to pass a resolution by two-thirds majority. If the Rajya Sabha pass this resolution according to Article 249, then the Parliament can amend or can make a law regarding the subject mentioned in the state list. So this is a special power of the Rajya Sabha. Only the Rajya Sabha can pass this resolution according to Article 249 of the Constitution. Okay. So here one question to you. What is the importance of Article 249 in the Constitution of India? So you can write, this is an article and this article gives a special privilege to the Rajya Sabha. According to this article, Rajya Sabha has the power to pass a resolution by two-thirds majority. If the Rajya Sabha pass this resolution, then the Parliament will get a new power to amend legislation or pass legislation regarding the subject mentioned in the state list. The other special power enjoyed by the Rajya Sabha is that it may declare that the creation of a new All India services be made in the national interest. Thereupon, Parliament may create new services. A group of officials, new All India service. Parliament, Rajya Sabha. That may declare that the creation of a new All India service. Special power. Creation of what we call as new All India service. Then, if the Lok Sabha is dissolved before the declaration of a national emergency, already we have learned what is the normal term of the Lok Sabha. 5 years we know. But we have already learned the President of India can dissolve the Lok Sabha before the completion of his 5-year term. But when or under what circumstance the President of India can dissolve the Lok Sabha before the completion of his 5 years? Or we have learned President of India can extend the term of the Lok Sabha during the operation of an emergency. If the Lok Sabha is dissolved before or after the declaration of national emergency, the Rajya Sabha becomes the sole de facto and de jure, Latin terms. De facto means in fact, whether by right or not. De jure means by right. De facto de jure Parliament, that is, it takes over the functions of the Parliament. It cannot be dissolved. This is a limitation on the Lok Sabha. We have already learned Lok Sabha is not a permanent body, but Rajya Sabha is a permanent body. Rajya Sabha is a permanent body. So if the Lok Sabha is not there, if the President of India dissolves the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha will be there, no? So this is a special power, no? We already learned Rajya Sabha is a permanent body, and we have learned about the term of the Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha's term we have learned. So de facto de jure means in law and government. De facto describes practices that exist in reality, even though they are not officially recognized by laws. It is commonly used to refer to what happens in practice. In contrast with the de jure or bylaw, which refers to these things that happen according to law. Leave it. Means de facto means what do we say? In fact, de jure means by right only. Yes, please remember, Lok Sabha and the special powers of the Rajya Sabha we have in Article 249, New All India Service and de facto de jure. And now special powers of the Lok Sabha. The Lok Sabha has special powers which make it more powerful than the Rajya Sabha. These special powers are. So listen, one question you have to remember. Board asked this question repeatedly. Okay, like this, Indian Parliament is an example for bicameral. We have already learned what is the bicameral. And in this form of Parliament, okay, which are the two houses of the Indian Parliament, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. Okay, one question. And which house of the Indian Parliament is powerful? Give reasons also. So here you are explain Lok Sabha is powerful than Rajya Sabha because of the following reason. Okay, one we will learn. The Lok Sabha has special powers which make it more powerful than Rajya Sabha. These special powers are. Okay. The following points, please remember the following points. Okay. The points, okay. Motions of no confidence against the government can only be introduced and passed in the Lok Sabha. Already we have learned what do you mean by motions of no confidence. Okay. So please, only in our Parliament, Lok Sabha has the privilege to introduce and pass this motion. If passed by majority vote, the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers resign collectively. We know that one, no? If the Lok Sabha passed a vote of no confidence motion against the Prime Minister and his Council of Ministers, so Prime Minister and his Council of Ministers will resign. The Rajya Sabha has no power over such a motion and hence no real power over the executive. So regarding the no confidence motion, the Lok Sabha has the power to discuss and pass the vote of no confidence motion. So this is an exclusive power of the Lok Sabha. Okay. Then money bills can only be introduced in the Lok Sabha and upon being passed are sent to the Rajya Sabha where it can be deliberated on for up to 14 days. Already we already know. What is the financial power of the Rajya Sabha? In financial sphere or in financial matter, Rajya Sabha enjoys only an advisory role. Advisory role. It can advise the Lok Sabha. No? For example, Lok Sabha send the budget to the Rajya Sabha and Rajya Sabha has the privilege to discuss and it has the privilege to make amendments in the budget, but within 14 days, no, the members of the Rajya Sabha has to discuss and pass the budget. Okay, Rajya Sabha can keep a money bill for a period of 2 weeks or 14 days. Okay, so regarding financial matters, Lok Sabha enjoys absolute power. Money bill can only introduce in the Lok Sabha. Second is special power of the Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha. Okay, special power of the. So these 2 points. And the third one, in case of a deadlock between the two houses over a non-financial or an ordinary bill, okay, so the will of the Lok Sabha normally prevails. As its strength is more than double that of the Rajya Sabha. We already know the need for a joint meeting of the Indian Parliament. What is the need for a joint meeting and who can call the joint meeting of the Indian Parliament? So President of India can call the joint meeting of the Indian Parliament if there is a dispute or a deadlock between the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha regarding a non-money bill or an ordinary bill. Regarding money bill, there is no chance for a deadlock because in this matter, Lok Sabha enjoys absolute power. That is why there is no chance of a dispute or a deadlock between the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha regarding money bill. And if there is a joint meeting, the will or the voice of the Lok Sabha will prevail because of the numerical strength of the Lok Sabha is double than the Rajya Sabha, 245 and 545. Okay. And in the, you know that in the joint meeting, the Speaker of the Lok Sabha will preside. So please remember these 3 points. And these 3 points, the special powers of the Lok Sabha. So because of these points, Lok Sabha is more powerful than the Rajya Sabha. Okay. And now we will learn about the another topic, relationship between the two houses of the parliament. What is the relationship between? Means relationship between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha regarding legislation. Okay, lawmaking. The parliament consists of two houses, we know, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Participation and collaboration, cooperation of both the houses are needed for all legislative functions. However, the Constitution recognizes the superiority of the Lok Sabha over the Rajya Sabha. The Lok Sabha represents the people directly, as its members are elected by the people. On the other hand, the Rajya Sabha represents the states of the Union and its members are elected indirectly by the members of the state legislative assemblies. Already we all know. The members of the Vidhan Sabha elect the members of the Rajya Sabha. They never have to go to the people. Because of this, the Lok Sabha is given an upper hand in many matters concerning the parliament. Okay, so please, already we have learned some points we have learned. So Lok Sabha is powerful than the Rajya Sabha. Please remember the points why it is so. And we will learn difference over the legislative matters regarding lawmaking. What is the relation between the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha in this field? Okay, regarding ordinary bills. Ordinary bills may originate in either house. Okay, it is possible to originate in the Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. If there is disagreement between the two houses, the bill is referred to a joint meeting of both houses. Already we have learned. Okay. In such cases, both the houses are placed on an equal footing. So, what is the meaning of joint meeting and what is needed for this joint meeting and who can call this joint meeting of the Indian Parliament and who is going to preside the joint meeting of the Indian Parliament? 4 points. Please remember. President of India can call the joint meeting of the Indian Parliament if there is a deadlock or a dispute between the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha regarding a non-money bill. To solve this, there is need for a joint meeting. Speaker of the Lok Sabha will preside this joint meeting. Okay. However, the Rajya Sabha is in a weaker position in their joint meeting since the total membership of Rajya Sabha is less than even half of the total strength of the Lok Sabha. Besides, the joint session is presided over by the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. Okay. Limitation of the Rajya Sabha. The numerical strength of the Rajya Sabha is less than the Lok Sabha. So, in a joint meeting, the voice of the Lok Sabha will prevail because of the numerical strength of the Lok Sabha is double than the Rajya Sabha. Okay. And regarding money bill, in case of money bill, the Rajya Sabha has virtually no powers. Already we have learned. It cannot reject a money bill nor amend it by virtue of its own powers. It must, within the stipulated period of 14 days, return the bill to the Rajya Lok Sabha, which may thereupon either accept or reject all or any of the recommendations of the Rajya Sabha. And what is the relation between the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha regarding a non-money bill, money bill? In this matter, Lok Sabha enjoys absolute power and Rajya Sabha can keep a money bill for a term of 14 days and if it wants, it can make amendment in the money bill within 14 days Okay, in one case, Rajya Sabha made 2 amendments. Then with the amendments, it resent the bill to the Lok Sabha. Then if the Lok Sabha want, it can accept or reject the amendments made by the Rajya Sabha. So regarding money bill, Rajya Sabha has an advisory power only. It can advise the Lok Sabha. No? Okay, please remember this one. And few more points are there. In the next video, we will complete the lesson. So listen, please ready for the online examination that we are going to conduct in the coming week. So you will get the information about the timetable and the timing of the examination from the office. You will get the messages. Okay, so please ready and attend the examination and score good mark. Okay, so after reopening we will have examination again. Okay, so please revise and learn. Thank you.